Taurus, it's about to get really good for you. The shift that's happening between now and the middle of 2025, it's it's like acceptance season. It's about going deeper, a sense of humanitarian. The energy that's shifting is really wanting, desiring for people to be their true authentic self. As a collective, we're all going to be sensing and feeling this this cosmic nudge to be who we are out loud and in the open. And I feel like a lot of cinema as well is, you know, assisting with that shift by exploring topics and being very vulnerable about them, and sharing how we as people have been conditioned to perceive in one way, and how easy it is to play off of your ignorance, to play off of your fears, um, and really control the narrative. But with a lot of movies that have been coming out, they're showcasing the other side of the rose colored glasses, the other side of a perfect picture. And so this season that we are going into, it's like the end of hiding. It's the end of sugarcoating. It's the end of covering things up or trying to make things more like fluff. All right. And I feel like I talked about this a lot last year, but I'm really starting to sense that we're getting a lot closer to the unknown. We're getting a lot closer to it not having a big effect. You get what I'm saying? When I say not a big effect, I mean like where people won't be taking things so seriously. People won't be against. I'm not saying it won't happen, but it's like this is the best time to pretty much put yourself out there, be your authentic self. The universe is assisting you. Any type of blockages that come your way, it's going to be removed out of your way. I'm not saying that you won't go through pitfalls and you won't go through experiences that are uncomfortable, but you'll make it through and you'll feel really good. You'll feel really free. You'll feel like, you know, with friendship and imagination, you'll feel like I could be who I am. I can speak about the things that come to my mind. I can say those goofy, quirky, or witty or controversial things without kind of like being canceled. Okay, they will cancel you, but I do think that I think we're going in a season where fuck it, let them cancel you. You know what I'm saying? Who cares? Let them cancel you. Let them get rid of your content. Let them not want to work with you. Be the villain. Be the villain. This is your era to be the villain. Okay, indulge. Do what it is that you've wanted to do. Live today like there's no tomorrow. Live this moment as if tomorrow wasn't guaranteed. And that's your authentic self. If you are struggling with being your authentic self, act like there's no tomorrow. Act like you don't know anyone. Fake it until you make it, okay? The right people will come along. The right friends you're supposed to have are going to come into your life. And the people that do not want you to be this way, they will either lie and stay around you, or they will get out of your way. But either way, it's a win-win situation for you, because you cross over, you age up happy. But more importantly, when you leave this planet, you feel like you've done everything that you wanted to do. You have absolutely no regrets. All right? So you want to eat that cake? Eat that cake. But I do sense that when you are doing what you want and you're not waiting, you'll see that there are a lot of unhealthy things that you're no longer interested in doing, because a lot of the unhealthy choices that you were making were connected to not getting the validation that you wanted. So it's a symptom of not being seen, not being heard, not being validated. But when you start validating yourself, you no longer care who sees it or who doesn't see it. And that space opens wide open. All right. And this is the dark space. So we're in the dark era of Pluto energy. And Pluto gives you that space to be naked, be vulnerable, to be unapologetic and confident. So it's something that's supposed to be the smallest, but it's the biggest. Okay. And it's because it's the darkest, it's the furthest away from the sun, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So let's get your oracle cards. Seeing a lot of opportunity come towards you, Taurus. Networking, collaborations. We have outer strain. We have blissed out. And then we have shadow work in reverse. Oh yeah, this is your pop out season. And we are back. What you need to know right now, Taurus? Fuck that job. Fuck that job. Fuck that person. Fuck anybody on this planet that is making you feel as if you have to wait for the acknowledgement, wait for the confirmation. You don't. You don't have to wait to be rejected. You don't have to keep trying. You have the ability to create your own lane. And how do you create your own lane? By enjoying your life right now. By taking this time to live your best life. If anything at all does not make you feel like this lady in the card, if you don't feel like you are enjoying what you're doing, you are enjoying that relationship, this is your confirmation to stand up, grab your shit, and get the fuck out. Walk right out of the job. Walk right out of the relationship and care less. Prioritize your health. Prioritize your happiness. Choose you. This is your confirmation. Especially, and only take this if you know that you have been doing a lot of talking, you've been doing a lot of explaining, you've been having a lot of patience for everybody and their shit and what they have going on. And nobody around you is doing the work. Nobody around you is taking accountability. And it may be very frightening and it may be very scary to step out on a limb and to be your biggest supporter, to be your biggest advocate. It may be very scary, but you're on the verge of greatness. And I know it does not seem like it right now. And I know that there are friends, families, and relationships that you'll have to say goodbye to. You'll have to walk by yourself. And for a period of time, some of you guys may even have to get government assistance. You may even have to go to food banks. You may have to start from a shelter. You may have to have those beginnings. You may run across a stranger that is offering you help like an angel out of nowhere. And then on one part of your mind, you're going to feel as if, damn, I hate the fact that I even have to be in a charity position, or that I have to even ask for help. But the strength that it takes for you to go to that shelter, for you to go to that food bank, for you to be vulnerable, to put yourself in spaces where people can laugh at you, to stand there with that much strength and go through it, there's some liberation that comes from that. It's like an initiation. It's exactly the ledge that the universe has been pulling you towards to jump off of. Like, just jump. I know you're scared. I know you feel like there won't be any way back once you take that leap. There won't be no coming back from this. And that's very true. I don't feel like there would be any coming back from that. It's a closed book. It's a closed chapter in your life. But that's okay. That's how you know you're ready. Is when you've heard it all before. You've done the same routine over and over and over again, expecting different results, and you haven't gotten it. So it's like, what else do you have to lose? And I don't feel like this will be the only time you'll ever have to jump off of that ledge. And I'm speaking metaphorically, symbolically, because that's how nervous you feel. That's the butterflies in your stomach when you do something and you put yourself out there in a space that feels scary. And there are so many people that you may feel like is going to like hate you, talk about you, laugh at you, all those different things. Nobody has to be there. Nobody has to support you but you. And they can say, well, this is why I don't talk to you. This is why I don't deal with you. This is why I don't offer you anything. This is why I don't want to collaborate with you, because you're unyielding, or you're angry, or you don't think before you speak. If you were designed to think before you speak, you would do it automatically. And yes, it's a true statement that a lot of times we do things and then other people bring it to our awareness, and then we decide if we want to change, right? If I say I want to eat healthy, there are things that I will no longer eat in order to see my transformation into fruition, right? But at the same time, I get to decide at what pace I want to do it at. I get to decide what actually I want to cut out. And when I'm making it because I want to make it, when I see someone else eating it, I don't have to sit at the table with them and be like, oh my God, you're eating that? I used to eat that too. You shouldn't have that. It's no good for you. You're still trying to convince yourself that it's no good for you. So when you see someone else doing it, you project it onto them to make everybody else around you feel comfortable with what you're giving up and what you're changing about yourself, which is controlling the room, controlling the environment. The Tauruses that I'm speaking to, you don't desire to control the room. However, you find yourself in spaces and places where the environment is already set. Okay? The expectation is already set. And so because you're an empath, because you're intuitive, you're thinking twice for yourself and for the people around you as a way to protect your vulnerability from feeling less than other people. And that's to not make the environment feel comfortable or the people feel uncomfortable with who you are. So you have a lot of events coming up for you. You have a lot of, you're about to be outside. That's why I said you're about to be popping out, because I'm seeing you have like invitations. I'm seeing this is concerts, seminars, banquets, interviews, whatever, bucket list type things that you said that you wanted to do, that you wanted to try. So you saving up for it, spontaneously taking those trips, all right, going on dates. It's about to come from every angle you could possibly think of. That's what it's about to do. Ten of Cups in reverse. You dodged a bullet, Taurus. If this was a job that you were kept applying for and you kept getting rejected, or you were waiting for it to come in, and you was just doing it as out of survival energy, yeah, it's their loss. It's not yours. If anybody doesn't want to work with you, it's their loss. It's not yours. You're going to sleep so good at night. Two of Cups. If this is a relationship, it's almost like, oh, you see, I was going to date you. I was going to offer you something, but you didn't really went too far. Because you triggered. I feel like you've triggered. You're going to trigger people everywhere you go. And that's what you need to know. The side of you is going to trigger people. They're going to feel like you play devil's advocate, like you are always thinking about the negative. They may accuse you of even being pessimistic and all you telling people is what's wrong with them. You don't know how to think positive. All of those things are projections. I can guarantee you. Them wanting to fit you into their world and then you doing it to make them feel better. Because of how they like to be spoken to, how they like to hear or receive whatever it is. This is a final judgment. Like, you're done. And the Two of Cups is making me feel like it's not just one person with the Ten of Cups. It's a lot of different areas of your life. A lot of y'all, this is work. Work has been something that you've been doing repetitiously. You trying to stand for your own beliefs. What about the Eight of Pentacles? Okay, the Three of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. Yeah, this is giving me like a mutual co-worker relationship. Supervisor, a boss, some type of contract that you may have with someone. But it's giving me like the same sex energy. Like you were once friends with someone. Some of you guys, you were being like watched, monitored, and observed to see if you were like a good candidate for something. And then for others of you, you had secret shoppers, secret people that have been watching to like report back to someone else. That's what I'm seeing here. Yeah, there's some type of tyrant here that has been watching you obsessively. Okay, and they're saying that the Seven of Wands is protection, because as long as this person feels like nothing important is happening in your life or things are appearing to be a particular way, they leave you alone. But because Spirit knows more than you, can see behind the scenes more than you, Taurus, Three of Pentacles. Someone wanted to collaborate with you, work with you. But it does feel like y'all are either in the same industry or the same field. But someone wanted to dictate your image. They wanted to... They don't have any real power. So they wanted your spiritual insight. They wanted your knowledge. This isn't someone that has gone through anything themselves personally, but they articulate or they interpret what's going on in the collective or in the world by like investigating stories. Listening to other people's stories and what they've gone through gives this person insight into like what the collective needs during this time. So it's using it would be quote unquote using you for the greater good. So your guides have been helping you to discover your own truth. So when you come across people like this that want to use your esoteric wisdom to see their plans or their agendas into fruition, you would trust yourself above all others. You would listen to the voice of yourself above anyone else. They wouldn't be able to bribe you. They wouldn't be able to offer you anything that would make you deny yourself of being who you are. So there are things that are yet to be revealed. There are still like major businesses, corporations, establishments that haven't been destabilized. But it's going to be. And so somebody was trying to like call your bluff. They're like, yeah, right. You ain't gonna do it. You need this too much. You need this job. You need this. Someone was convinced that you need them. Nine of Cups, because they're the person that grants your wishes and your heart's desires. So anything slowing down for you, just take it as an opportunity for you to go and enjoy your life. So I don't care if it's money, resources, whatever it is. If anybody's in your life or anything has a strong hold on you like that, to the point where you feel like you can't live without it, or you can't be successful without it, or you're going to be homeless without it, or you're going to, croak over without it, then that has more power over you. And that's the God that's controlling you. That is the plot. I'm hearing get back to work. Yeah, it's a cracking of the whip, which is it's a fear tactic. The Six of Wands. Listen, this is double confirmation, Taurus. Look, you see how her hands are up and her hands are up? Spirit is saying you're going to be successful by focusing on enjoying your life. Just enjoying what you do. The wands are carrying her. Your spirit is going to carry you further than you can ever imagine. You're defying gravity. Like, for real, for real. I mean, it looks like she should be sliding down, right? And falling. But you're not falling. You're definitely not falling for whatever this is. External validation, approval. Some people on this earth are not here to just be submitting to people and to focus all their intentions on wanting to see anybody's agenda, anybody's builder plan, or anybody's ideologies, philosophies. If you take a closer look and you feel like you don't resonate with it, naturally, those people should let you go, right? Those people should be willing to say, okay, our values don't align, but I'm not going to hold you back, sis. I'm not going to hold you back, bro. You go your way. And I hope that you get everything that your heart's desires, because I'm not ready to go with you that way. And there's no qualm there. There's no strife. It will hurt with the Two of Cups in reverse. It will hurt to feel as if, like, okay, we couldn't come together. But this is a situation where y'all have this energy where people, you saying no thank you, or I don't want to do that, it's like, oh, this is why nobody want to date you. This is why you're not married. This is why, nobody wants to work with you. Nobody wants to collaborate with you. I was trying to help you. Nobody asked you to help, Taurus. Nobody asked this person or these people to make you their project. It don't matter how much power you have. It don't matter what abilities or gifts that you have, what talents that you have. If you want to be an independent sole proprietor, or if you want to be a sovereign being, be that. Anyone stopping you from doing that ain't really your friend. And I feel like that rose-colored glass of feeling like they are is being, like, blown the okay. Like, whew, get thee behind me. Seven of Swords. The Hangman. You're being encouraged spiritually to be more mysterious, to take your time, to hang out, to do activities that help you, broaden your horizons. It feels like flying solo, doing what you love. Because when she's hanging from this just makes me feel like this time, it may feel as if you are being delayed or you have to wait, but it really is an opportunity for you to gain a new perspective, for you to have a breakthrough. To go through major epiphanies with the Seven of Swords, uncover things that you may enjoy doing but never got to do. Nine of Pentacles. And it's also saying when you come across a connection that you vibe with and y'all have a good thing going, to really enjoy it and be in the moment of it versus trying to figure out the logistics. Like, are y'all going to be together? Are you going to stay together? Is this forever? Because that would be going back to trying to figure out, okay, what are we doing? What are we building? What are we generating? It's like chasing energy, working hard. And in this space, I feel a strong sense that the Knight of Pentacles, you and a secret lover will go on many adventures together. I'm seeing you work hard and play hard, but with the Ten of Wands in reverse, this is an effortless connection. But I do sense that because it's so much fun, you may wonder if this person's hiding something from you, or if they're taking their time because they are living a double life or something like that, or they're trying to escape their reality. So they're saying to you, those thoughts that come up in your mind about not knowing what the other person's intentions are, or not knowing what they're going to do after this date or after this encounter, not being able to see into the foreseeable future, it's not something that you need to worry about. That's what Spirit is saying. Ten of Wands in reverse. Don't take on more than you need to take on. Don't worry about more than you need to worry about. It's only going to drain you. It's only going to deplete you. Hasn't your spiritual team brought you this far without you knowing everything? Did not your angels, ancestors, guides bring you this far? And when it was time for you to know something, the truth found you. Many of you got on this journey because the truth found you. And no matter how much you didn't want to see the truth kept slapping you in the face. That slap was your wake-up call. And then when you became awake, when you woke up, it was hard for you to believe a lie. You understand? And so when you're focusing on your endeavors and enjoying your life, what anyone else does when they're away from you is none of your business, right? What another person is doing, why aren't they checking in with you? You haven't heard from them. All those different concerns about them being on their own and their own isolation, and you wondering why you haven't heard back from them, and then you're overthinking. Those are patterns of perspective that you worked on already, and that's why shadow work is in reverse. So that pattern of expectation isn't unconditional love. The prior season where we came from, the old operating system was doing the shadow work so we can get closer to what unconditional love looks like. So when we are in a connection where there is unconditional love, we'll be able to discern the difference. And unconditional love doesn't need to know what the status of your connection is, because you'll feel it, you'll sense it, you'll know. And if that person is for you too, you won't have to keep up with them. You won't have to ask them what the status of your connection is. What are y'all? You won't have to even say those words out of your mouth, because they will show up. And so Spirit is saying, allow this person to show up through their actions. Allow them to do what they already plan on doing. This person isn't the type of energy that likes to tell you every little thing, check in, check out. You're not a fucking hotel. So unless you want this person to treat you like a hotel or a market where you just go and swipe your card and say, hey, I expect this in return, that's transactional. And that's not the energy that I see here. I'm tapped into a collective energy that has transcended transactional love. And so everything that you need to know is going to be in the Knight of Cups. Okay, this person is going to, I feel as if this person is going to admire whatever your purpose is with the Six of Wands. They're going to admire how you enjoy your life and how you allow them to enjoy their life. It's effortless to love you. Even if you don't hear from each other every single day, it's not, there's no resentment, there's no petty, oh, I'm triggered, but I'm pretending like I'm not triggered, so I'm acting like I'm happy but I'm unhappy. There's none of that. There's no tit for tat with the hangman energy where you're trying to chastise this person and teach them how to properly call you or treat you. You don't have to do none of those manipulation tactics. Y'all have really ascended beyond all of that shit. Y'all are on the type of frequency where you have tunnel vision. Nothing outside of you can distract you. No one outside of you can tell you about that energy, because you know that your spirit, your higher self, is going to be the first to let you know. Because you have to keep your energy light. And so anything that's going to hurt you, harm you, or make you feel like you can't do your purpose, trust me, spirit is going to be like, red flag, red flag, red flag, get the fuck out of there. And that's why, hold on. I feel like that's why spirit gave you your life's purpose. So that way you would have that as your bread and butter, that as your stability, that as your routine. And that's the tunnel vision that you have. Right? So when you take a break from that purpose, or you settle down, or you're winding down, or you have time, you have a companion, you have someone that the both of you can reach out to each other, and y'all are not consumed by what happened, where you been for the past 3 days. You see what I'm saying? Getting money. Okay, let's see shadow work. The Empress. I'm telling you, you are transitioning into Empress energy. That's what's manifesting for you. The embodiment of Empress energy. It's like you're graduating from being, because you focusing on being your own spiritual guide, your own spiritual leader in your life, leading your own spiritual path, is transitioning you into being a master at this shit. Like you're a master manifester with the Empress energy. You're a master at attraction. Magician. I cannot. The Star. Come on. While everyone else has to misuse the intuition, while everyone else has to project their biases and stick these different connotations on what relationships are supposed to look like, you have literally just created a whole new lane. And it's going to change the way in which humanity engages in relationships and partnerships. It's really pulling people away from belief systems around what love is supposed to look like, what partnership is supposed to be. And it's important that this shift happens because we've been trending already. Humanity has been trending already collectively where nobody's staying together anymore. You know what I'm saying? And so whatever has been happening ain't been working, and we've only been creating more broken homes, broken situations, because the individuals itself needed to be worked on. So you're crossing over into a self-mastery phase of existence. Exhausted. Yeah, it's time to enjoy your life, recharge and regroup. Feel financially drained, lacking viable options, and that's where you came from. That exhaustion is spirit provoking you. When you feel exhausted with the mundane, exhausted with, the feedback, exhausted with criticism, that spirit provoking you, your higher self provoking you to make a move. Duality in reverse. Don't lose your vigilance. Do not forget about your dual nature of people. Yeah, that's in reverse. So shit, you are being encouraged to forget about it. I feel like it's more or less you having to consider both sides of every coin, both sides of people, both sides of perspectives. No more considering, well, there's this side of this perspective and then there's some of that side. You're done being a mediator between other people, their perspective, and then you being the third perspective. You have permission to focus on your perspective being the path that you're going on, and letting go, shedding people that don't resonate with the path that you're on now. They can resonate with the old you, and whatever Facebook posts you have, whatever content you created from those versions of you, that's still there for them to indulge on. But as far as new levels and new heights and where you're going, you have to have tunnel vision. You have to be so focused on where you're going that you're stubborn to it. Okay? Investments in reverse. Invest wisely. So I don't see you having to really invest in anything, really. I don't think that you're supposed to be, like, you won't have to put like of your own into it, because as the Empress energy, you're already putting good vibes. You're already putting good energy. And so what you receive, this is your season of receiving, right? So with this, instead of using your masculine energy to, okay, I'm taking from my own and putting it into this, you're going to attract it. And once it's given to you, as you receiving it, then you will work that energy. Okay? Yep, that's what I see. Because it's not about winning. It's not about success. It's not about awards, recognition, or any of those things. It's about being authentic, your most authentic path. And the only way to be authentic is to shine. Shine your light bright. Stay in your lane. Shine your light. And when you come across people on this journey that do not agree with your path, you won't get off of it. Because you'll know that your light is irritating their demons. And like a moth to a flame, they will continue to get burned by their desire. And that's just on period. But this new beginning is yours, and can't nobody take it from you. So that's what I have for you, Taurus. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.